the 150th YCS. There's really been 150 of these things. It's like I ain't thinking about that. On to this recap I do. Got started Infernoids. One, because it was one of the earlier feature matches I remember, and it stood out to me because one, it was Infernoids, and two, he was going deep. It was like he was doing the shovel dance. He was just digging. He played either Void Banishment, Lumina, no Card Trooper, no Needle Bug Nest. I believe he was also playing Void Launch, on top of the usual suspects, Reasoning and Monster Gate. And I also believe that he sided out Reasoning. What are you doing? He played against a Lightsworn player. Sacktastic. And Infernoids won. It was one of the most sloppiest games I've ever seen. He could have had a moment like I did. When I got drunk without eating something, I went to a Denny's. This was like when I was 18, and I threw up all over the table and blacked out. It would have been less disgusting than what I saw in that match. Yeah, that's descriptive. About those Yang Zings, though. They've been amazing ever since I saw them. And I wasn't just saying that to try to twist somebody's opinion. Nope, I personally think they're awesome. And I think some people learned the power of Clear Wing Synchro Dragon against your dolls. Shikanaga was just there curling up. You are not going to activate that effect, are you? Clear Wing Synchro Dragon is an amazing card. And you do not need to see this event to realize that, but some people do because they don't like doing the work themselves. Also, there was a Jarvavris. Hopefully he only played one in his Yang Zing deck because Yang Zing path apparently was enough. I understand why. And this would actually give Jarvavris a halfway decent use in a deck. And it was a black guy. Black power. Ultra athletes were also played. Black guy. Black power. I'm not sure if he main decked Kaiser Coliseum, but I think he main decked it. So I'm just going to go based on thinking that he main decked it. So Kaiser Coliseum is not new tech. It, in theory, should work against most decks. But I think it functions better as a side deck card. Because how I like to play it, I just like to beat face, have a lot of back row, hate, call UA the clan, and then put a jersey on a Dunker or a Mighty Slugger and get in that face and beat the face with a bat. He was also playing Goalkeeper, which does nothing on its own. For it to actually do something, you need to also have a Perfect Ace. But if you have Perfect Ace and a Goalkeeper along with a Kaiser Coliseum, it kind of lessens the effectiveness of Kaiser Coliseum. Let me move on. Burning Abyss, because they're still good. Who knew? The fusion wasn't used, which I completely understand. But this is the first time I have ever seen, since Crossroads came out here, Galaxy Cyclone in a deck, and it made sense. Ritual Beasts might be better than I had originally thought. I think the deck is really fair, but it tends to get around stuff because of the tag out ability, because it's just the cost to put them back and whatever, so it gets around stuff like Baylor and Skill Drain. It was cute! I might need to revisit that. Yes, I said it. Please lose one turn as expected, because that is what you're supposed to do. One skill drain, the clearly better card is at 1. You clearly just play 2, lose 1 turn. So doesn't that mean you're losing 2 turns? Lame! You're right. Necro's basically the same thing. Shadal's basically the same thing. Did y'all see Ghost Ogre's Snow Rabbit anywhere? I ain't see it nowhere. This is not to say that the card's bad just because it wasn't seen. It might have been seen, but I didn't pay that much attention to the coverage. The stream, I mean. Maybe people thought this is just too expensive for this card to not really do much. Yes, it blows up monsters and it can blow up spell and traps. That's great, but were you really about paying that amount of money for that thing? It's cute and it's adorable, but I ain't paying for that. I'm actually pretty glad that if they did have drafting, they didn't put it up on the stream. Because it would have just been this. For me, Resident Sleeper. It would have just been that. And they didn't show the finals. They showed the Dragon Duel finals. That's not really important to me, but I guess some of you might have cared. I think it was Teleknights and Necros. Just flip a coin. Now to the stream. The stream was okay. I think a few things that they could improve on, of course, is the following. They should rotate the commentators. The commentators were not terrible. I wouldn't even say they were bad. They were doing what commentators do. They were giving us information about stuff we already knew about. But they didn't sound interesting at all. They didn't sound like they really liked their position as commentators. They were saying things that were true, and I'm like, yeah, that's true and all. Go ahead and talk that. But it wasn't interesting. It was like robotic. It's like, it wasn't as bad as Ben Stein, Clear Eyes guy, but it wasn't that interesting, at least to me. The times between the stream, between one match to another, that first Yu-Gi-Oh theme song? Yu-Gi-Oh! That one? I remember this thing was looped for like at least an hour. Why would they do that? That's like, what was you doing? I could give a whole lot of details and stuff about the stream I didn't like. I don't feel that that's important. The entire point is they streamed, and hopefully this isn't like a one-time thing. They're supposed to be streaming nationals, which is fine. And hopefully it won't just be that. Because I was talking. Why don't they doing it now? I don't feel that it's necessary to just keep beating a dead horse. It ain't like it can fight back. So, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I appreciate it. If you would like to support me in some form of fashion, all I ask is you spend literally seconds out your day and click an advertisement. Not even asking for your money. I'll be grateful and appreciative. And I'll say thank you very much in advance if you can find some time to do that.